Let's count down the 50 Nigerian personalities who have been to prison or jail. Watch and share. Starting with number 50, we have Gani Fawehinmi, legendary human rights activist who challenged military rule in Nigeria. He was jailed for 9 months. At number 49, we have Olusegun Obasanjo, former president of Nigeria. His offense is an alleged coup plot against Sani Abacha's regime in 1995, and he was sentenced to life imprisonment before being released in 1998. At number 48, we have Sunday Igboho, Yoruba nationalist and activist advocating for regional autonomy. His offense is threat to national security and unlawful possession of weapons, and he was arrested in Benin Republic. At number 47, we have Omoyele Sowore, founder of Sahara Reporters and pro-democracy activist in Nigeria. His offense is organizing Revolution Now protests against the government, and he was detained for about 4 months. At number 46, we have Nnamdi Kanu, leader of IPOB advocating for Biafra secession. His offense is terrorism-related offenses, and he was sentenced to life imprisonment. At number 45, we have Ayo Fayose, former governor of Ekiti State. His offense is corruption and misappropriation of public funds, and he was briefly detained by EFCC. At number 44, we have Dino Melaye, former senator and politician. His offense is political clashes and misconduct, and he was arrested multiple times. At number 43, we have Femi Fani Kayode, lawyer and politician. His offense is alleged financial crimes, and he was detained by EFCC several times. At number 42, we have Olisa Metu, former PDP National Publicity Secretary. His offense is misappropriation of funds, and he was sentenced to 7 years in prison. At number 41, we have Reuben Abati, journalist and former presidential spokesman. His offense is corruption investigation, and he was briefly detained by EFCC. At number 40, we have Jolly Nyam, former governor of Taraba State. His offense is corruption and abuse of office, and he was sentenced to 12 years in prison. At number 39, we have Joshua Dariye, former governor of Plateau State. His offense is corruption and embezzlement of public funds, and he was jailed for 14 years. At number 38, we have Bala Ngilari, ex-governor of Adamawa State. His offense is corruption-related offenses, and he was detained briefly. At number 37, we have Chimaroka Nnamani, former governor of Enugu State. His offense is mismanagement of public funds, and he was arrested by EFCC. At number 36, we have Orji Uzor Kalu, politician and businessman. His offense is money laundering, and he was jailed for 12 years. At number 35, we have Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, top political and military figure. His offense is an alleged coup plot under Sani Abacha's regime, and he was sentenced to life imprisonment, where he later died in custody. At number 34, we have Speed Darlington, musician and social media influencer. His offense is traffic violations and public disturbance, and he was briefly detained. At number 33, we have Bobrisky, popular social media influencer. His offense is currency mutilation, and he was jailed for a short period. At number 32, we have James Brown. His offense is involvement in police raid, and he was released after questioning. At number 31, we have Very Dark Man, VDM, social media personality. His offense is online controversies, and he was arrested multiple times. At number 30, we have Elzik Zaki, leader of the Islamic movement in Nigeria, known for his activism. His offense is alleged involvement in armed clashes with Nigerian military, and he was detained for over 7 years. At number 29, we have Hush Puppy, notorious internet celebrity. His offense is $24 million fraud, and he was sentenced to 11 years in prison in the U.S. At number 28, we have Pete Edochie, veteran Nollywood actor. His offense is involvement in a misunderstanding over kidnapping case, and he was briefly detained. At number 27, we have Chiwetalu Agu, veteran actor. His offense is wearing a Biafra-themed outfit, and he was arrested by DSS. At number 26, we have Zubby Michael, Nollywood actor. His offense is participation in a political rally, and he was detained briefly. At number 25, we have Ayabo Ojo, Nollywood actress. His offense is public disturbance, and she was briefly detained. At number 24, we have Blessing CEO, social media influencer. His offense is cyberbullying, and he was arrested and released. At number 23, we have Anita Joseph, Nollywood actress. His offense is film set conflict, and she was detained briefly. At number 22, we have Tonto Dike, actress and former politician. His offense is misconduct in Dubai, and she was briefly arrested. At number 21, we have Jim Ike, Nollywood actor. His offense is assault and contract disputes, and he was arrested multiple times. At number 20, we have Seun Egbegbi, filmmaker and businessman. His offense is fraud, and he was jailed for 6 years. At number 19, we have Baba Ijesha, comedian and actor. His offense is sexual assault, and he was sentenced to 16 years in prison. At number 18, we have Lola Margaret, Nollywood actress. His offense is credit card fraud in the US, and she was detained for several months. At number 17, we have Uche Odaputa, Nollywood actor. His offense is drug trafficking, and he was jailed for 8 years. At number 16, we have Funk Akindele, Jennifer, Nollywood actress. His offense is violating COVID lockdown rules, and she was sentenced to 14 days community service. At number 15, we have Terry G, musician. His offense is assaulting a DJ, and he was detained briefly. At number 14, we have D'banj, musician. His offense is fraud investigation, and he was briefly detained and released. At number 13, we have Sinzu, Sauce Kid, musician. His offense is fraud in the US, and he was jailed for 2 years. At number 12, we have Dammy Crane, musician. His offense is credit card fraud in the US, and he was briefly jailed. At number 11, we have Small Doctor, musician. His offense is illegal firearm possession, and he was detained briefly. At number 10, we have Scales, musician. His offense is fraud allegations by record label, and he was briefly detained. At number 9, we have Runtown, musician. His offense is contract disputes, and he was detained briefly. At number 8, we have Barry J, musician. His offense is investigation in Ghana, and he was briefly detained. At number 7, we have Thames, singer. Her offense is violating COVID rules in Uganda, and she was briefly jailed. At number 6, we have Omah, musician. His offense is violating COVID rules in Uganda, and he was detained with Thames. At number 5, we have Bella Shmurda, musician. His offense is illegal entry into Ghana, and he was briefly detained. At number 4, we have Oritsa Femai, musician. His offense is assault, and he was briefly detained. At number 3, we have Portable, musician and influencer. His offense is reckless driving and assault, and he was detained multiple times. At number 2, we have Zlatan Ibile, musician. His offense is arrested with Naira Marley during EFCC raid, and he was briefly detained. At number 1, we have Naira Marley, musician and internet celebrity. His offense is fraud and internet crimes, and he was arrested and detained for several months. And there you have it, 50 Nigerian personalities whose stories prove that fame doesn't guarantee freedom. Some were guilty, some were victims of circumstance, but every case left a mark. If you think this list was wild, drop a comment, hit like, and subscribe.